Hi and welcome to Debunk File. My name is Sep and today we're going to be talking about the Dad ARG. Now before this video starts, make sure to follow our Instagram at DebunkFile and our Twitter at TrueGIF. Also check out our Discord and even consider becoming a patron. But now, back to the video. Now a while back, we stated that we would not be covering ARGs anymore unless they were incredibly unique. And that's because we were frustrated. ARGs, when done right, are some of the finest entertainment on this platform we call YouTube, so naturally we always want to cover these, and actively search for the next great one. 90% of the time though, this has led to frustration. So many ARGs right now are just copycats of others and bring nothing new to the table. In the worst case, it even led to us cancel a video of ours out of frustration, which led to hours of wasted work and unnecessary stress, all for nothing. During this time of frustration, I heard of this ARG simply titled Dad, but just passed it off, as I was too frustrated to even look at one. But little did we know, I would be passing one of the most unique and complex ARGs I've ever seen. Basically, it was everything I wanted in an ARG. Dad is an ARG, well, about a dad of course. Unlike most ARGs though, this one doesn't focus on distorted ear-screeching audio and equally distorted filmmaking. It actually features great cinematography and great background music to accommodate it. It's also not that scary, but is still unsettling enough to weird you out, but it also is funny sometimes too. They also post very consistently instead of taking colossal hiatuses. In every sense of the word, it is truly unique. We've never seen anything like this one before. Clearly this is catching on with people too, as it is one of the biggest ARGs in recent memory, and today we are finally going to give it the attention it undoubtedly deserves. As of this recording, the last video uploaded to the channel was the 46-second live dad show video, and the only reason why I'm saying this is because this ARG is very much active still, and in the future a lot of content could release that may possibly contradict what is said here. Now with all that out of the way, the first video on this channel is appropriately titled Dad Uploaded, and is a very mystifying introduction to the series. The video begins with Dad's eyes going from normal to white multiple times. After this, he's just wandering around, all confused, and the reason for his confusion will be apparent later. A note for this video would be that he seems obsessed with the true value hardware, and that is fairly important to know what's going on forward. The next video is titled Dad is Awake and could very well be seen as the first true video, as it starts the formula that nearly every video follows up with. This video shows that Dad is about to head off to work. Before he departs, he mentions everything he needs, including a kiss from his wife, which he does not receive. This seems to confuse Dad, who does not really know what to do as the video ends.
Now I just need a kiss on the cheek from my loving wife to send me on my way. Cheryl? Cheryl? Where could she be? Huh. Dad's always the first to leave. How will Dad make it through the day without love from wife? Okay, calm down. Let's think for a second. Dad'll just wait. But Dad can't wait. He'll be late for job. What is going on here? How does Dad know if wife loves him without a kiss?
Right off the bat, we get to see how Dad acts, and yeah, he acts pretty weird. He seems extremely robotic, whether it's his strange way of walking he did in the first video or the strange way of speaking. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Notice how Dad is silent at the start of this video, but when this strange orb shows up, he begins talking. It's almost like there's a connection there, but more on that later. The following video is dubbed Dad is Home, and here we see Dad exhausted after a long day of work, and again he wants to kiss his wife, and he still does not get it. Actually, his family is nowhere in sight again, which has him worried, ending this video.
Dad sure is tired. Dad'll feel good once he gets a nice kiss on the cheek from his beautiful wife. I love you, Cheryl. I think boss really liked my presentation. Maybe I'll be promoted to executive worker. Then, when Dad has enough saved, he can quit and become #1 YouTuber. I'm an executive dad for my loving family. Family, Dad's home. That doesn't sound like my family. That sounds like silence. Wife? Daughter? Where did they go? Where's Dad's family?
In this video, we get to see one of Dad's huge goals getting mentioned, which is become the #1 YouTuber. Whether or not this will eventually happen is still yet to be determined, but I definitely think he'll do it. Dad's dinner is the next video, and starts with him all alone at the dinner table with canned food, and him again wondering where his family is. The orb returns, magically opening up the canned food and having it placed on the table, where the dad stares at it with a frown, undeniably because he has to eat it all alone. Dad's family is the direct follow-up, where we finally see his family, which includes a wife and 1 daughter. Apparently they went out to dinner without him, which of course makes him upset. They both head to bed, which still has him upset, ending the video. As far as his family goes, they are almost as odd as him.
We went out to the restaurant because we thought you were working late tonight.
I didn't work late. I worked regular. What did you guys have to eat?
We had dinner and dessert. I had vegetables and fruit. Mom had sandwich and toffee. What did you have, Dad?
I had a can of food. It tasted horrible eating it alone.
That's nice, honey.
I'm tired now. Good night, Mom and Dad.
I'm going to go read in bed. Don't stay up late, Dad.
But what about our nightly family chat? I wanted to tell you guys about True Value's great deals.
The next video is called Dad is the Greatest YouTuber and shows a chair which has Felix the cat sitting on top of a pie. In case you didn't get the reference, Felix is PewDiePie's first name, that's why Felix the cat is standing on top of a pie. He's here because at the time he was the #1 YouTuber, and Dad's goal is to beat him, so what does he do? He smashes it, of course. Family phone calls is one of the most important videos in the entire series, as it really kickstarts the conflict that will soon be underway. The title is self-explanatory, as the mom and the daughter are both on the phone. The daughter is talking to Griffin, which is presumably her boyfriend. Nothing strange there. The mom's phone call, however, is fishy. Dad asks who she is talking to, which throws her very off guard, where she suspiciously responds with Diane before running off. The next video, Nice Axe, shows who she was really talking to. This man is referred to as the neighbor, and it is seen in this video chopping wood. That's it. The next video's title is just kissing emoji, so I guess that's what we'll call it. Anyways, this video has Dad reminiscing on the first time he met his wife, which according to him was 5 eons ago. If you don't know what an eon is billions of years, and he met her 5 eons ago. This kickstarts an overarching theory that I'm sure many of you might have been thinking already, and that is that they aren't human. That being said, another big moment occurs at the end of this video, where Dad walks off screen and someone kisses him. Many people believe this to be Diana, his wife's friend.
Oh.
Mom vacuums is the following video, and well, she does what the title says. While vacuuming, she comes across a Dad magazine. Now, it's never revealed as to what is in the magazine, but whatever it is, it absolutely pissed off the wife. So much that it appears that she even glitches up at the end.
What's this? Dad!
Family dinner is a direct follow-up to the aforementioned video, and it starts with a family dinner. Dad, of course, is very happy that they are all eating together, but that ends up being short-lived. Daughter asks if Griffin can come over, and while Dad says no, Mama immediately interrupts and says yes, undoubtedly in an attempt to annoy Dad. She then shows the magazine, which leaves everyone in a gasp, ending the video. Dad is Offline is perhaps the most important video yet. In this one is revealed that they are in the server, and a wife is going to shut it off. The wife even says that it isn't up to her, and in order for the server to come back, he needs to hit 5,000 subscribers. At the end of the video, we get to see what it's like to have the server off, and it's just nothing. It's pitch black.
Oh, look at that. It's already off.
The following video is another huge one, and apparently was only uploaded because Dad got a hold of the neighbor's Wi-Fi password and used it to upload this one. Besides the very first video, this is the only other one where he is outside. Like the first video, he is definitely confused again, and now we know why. It's because he is in a normally small room, a room that is being controlled by someone. Out here, Dad learns that he can't talk. This was a question I had before too. I was always wondering why they would speak without moving their lips. And at least to me, it seems in that specific room, your thoughts speak for you. It's either that or they speak telepathically to each other.
Huh? Dad. 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 Dad has voice.
Eventually, he stumbles across someone, a real guy, not one of them, and it's just as awkward as you would expect. During their ultra awkward conversation, he mentions his daughter's age, which is 3 eons, and also asks the guy if he wants to go shopping at True Value, reinstating his strange obsession for that place. Now these next 3 videos are also super unique for an ARG, and that's because they are songs. Now don't get it twisted, the whole point of this series wasn't just to promote his music like some other channels have done in the past. The only reason he did this is because he believes it is an important step into becoming the #1 YouTuber. Also, the songs actually provide quite a bit of lore to the series, so let's analyze them. Can't Be Stopped is the first song, and it starts off with his daily routine, and then he hits us with a set of bars that absolutely shocked me. He says, "Daydream of the older days, days spent under Kepler rays represent 22b. Wow, Kepler 22b. For those of you who don't know, Kepler 22b is a planet located 587 light years away. It is widely known as being the planet with the highest probability of featuring life. What Dad did right there was basically confirm that he is from Kepler 22b. He is an alien. He also mentioned that his body is infinite, talks about True Value again, and makes up the sickest dance moves ever. The next song is titled True Value, and what do you think this one is about? Yeah, he basically praises True Value throughout it. However, it is important to note that he mentions the neighbor's shed, and how he definitely isn't jealous of it. That being said, there is something incredibly important lying in this video, and that is in the form of a message. At the very beginning of the video, there's a low contrast piece of text, which is practically inside the background and is very easy to miss. The text says, "Where is CFB-DSIR?" If you search Google CFB-DSIR, you see a planet with the same name. This is a dwarf planet which has no star and freely orbits space. Why does Dad need to know where this planet is? The song Diane is possibly the most interesting one. He starts off by saying that Mom keeps his blood pumping and he loves her and her kisses, but wonders why he has feelings for Diane whenever she comes over. Dad seemingly mentions the kiss at the end of the Kiss video from way back, and says it was a dream and he would never commit romantic treason, but still says that Cheryl is special, but Diane is at another level.
But that Diane is on another level.
This video also features another interesting message in the form of a low contrast text again. This time it simply says, "We miss you." Strange. Now that's all for the music videos, but quickly before we return to normal uploads again, let's quickly check out the channel YouTube Server, a channel that started appearing in all of Dad's comments starting here. It's also one of Dad's subscribed channels. There are only 2 videos on the channel, but it seems in the world of this ARG, this is the official YouTube channel. In the first video, they welcome us to YouTube, showing us all the benefits to joining the sites, but one really strange thing is that they show off some of the original creators, and they just show Will Smith and Jimmy Fallon. That's when it dawned on me that this channel is a commentary for YouTube and Google as a whole. Look, it's no secret that YouTube's recommendation system is kinda stupid, and for some reason they seem to love promoting celebrities like Will Smith and Jimmy Fallon instead of promoting actual YouTubers. But more importantly, this is the server that somehow got a hold of Dad and is controlling him, showing the immense power that Google has in this world. The only other video that was uploaded to the YouTube server channel was a video titled "For Internal Use Only." This video is literally this image with some very ominous music in the background. Venturing into the comments gives us some very strange results as well. In there, Dad had a very strange comment, which apparently translates to, "I'm coming." YouTube server also commented saying to disregard this video and check out their other one. I also found an incredible comment, which found out that the ominous music were noises that Kepler-22b makes. If you search up Kepler-22b noises on YouTube, the audio sounds almost the exact same. That was a great find that definitely cleared things up. But now, let's get back into the actual videos. The first real video back is Fantasy Story. In this video, we see that the family is going to go to the park. The sister is dressed how she loves it and Mom brought her favorite mom book. Dad, however, isn't talking. That's until that strange thing appears on the floor and he starts talking again.
Honey?
Cheryl, what book is that?
It seems to control him and the things around him. The mom mentions that her book is a fantasy book, and Dad says he has a fantasy too and whispers, "Fifth gear wide open."
Dad has a fantasy.
What do you mean, honey?
5th gear, wide open.
Now I have no idea what that means, so if you know, write a comment down below. At the end screen of the video, we see binary, which translates to Mom's book. If you look at what exactly the mom's book was, her book is called Dirty Little Secret, which is a romantic novel, and that's definitely not a coincidence, as the mom is clearly into the neighbor. The next video, Mom Home Alone, confirms this even further, as she has the wood that he chopped up way earlier and is now holding it. Now I'm not gonna comment on that metaphor, but as the video ends, the dad's shadow appears, suggesting that he now knows what is going on. And at the very end, we see more binary, and this time it says, "Nice axe." The following video, Neighbor Visits, starts off with Dad wondering why Mom is being so weird, when the neighbor just walks in. The strangest thing about the neighbor is that he actually talks.
Hey Dad, how are you?
Oh, hey neighbor. Dad doesn't feel great.
The dad later mentions that she got mad at a magazine that wasn't actually hers, and when the neighbor asks if he's sure about that, the orb appears with the magazine and the neighbor walks off suspiciously, and the dad says, "Maybe it is mine." The video Dad's Chores sees Dad with some wood. In a moment reminiscent of when the neighbor did this, the orb appears with an axe, and Dad chops. As he chops, he has some thoughts about everything that's going on, until something crazy happens. We start to hear whispers, and they aren't from Dad.
Not the ones that fall. Neighbor, then shut the around. The husband down. Good. Neighbor, shut the tree. Good work.
Dad's chores are done.
The whispers say, "Andon, we miss you. Andon, can you hear me? Dad, wake up. Can you hear me?" Now that is crazy. Who is talking to him? What do they mean by wake up? Well, in order for us to have some time for all that to sink in, we don't have a proper video for a little while again, and instead we have 4 songs in a row. That being said, this isn't entirely a break, because like you saw last time, there were a plethora of important clues and information embedded in the lyrics and codes. The first of 4 songs is called Dad Feels Good, where he mentions things that make him, well, feel good. One of these is Kepler VR, but then he mentions some more normal things. The craziest part, just like the last song, is the binary. In this one, we get a mind-blowing code. When translated, it says, Lieutenant Emily Ridley. This is bass, come on in. This is a huge piece of the overall narrative and makes it seem like someone from a mission is trying to contact him, a huge piece that makes more sense later. The second of the 4 songs is Dad Is On. This song talks about Dad moving his limbs in such a non-human way. It just further confirms the fact that he is, in fact, not human. He also mentions that the server sees everything he does, and at a point in this video, there is more binary, and it's another big message. It translates to, Andon, come in, this is bass. It seems to continue what that woman was whispering to him in the chores video. It also shows us what Dad's name is, Andon, right? Well, that's what many people think, but it's actually wrong. You see, there is another piece of binary that links us to a German-dubbed episode of the TV show Lost, and a man in the show refers to some islanders as Andon.
Andon! Was? Andon! Andon! Was meinst du? Was? Andon!
And in the show's wiki, Andon is translated to others. This discovery changes everything, as almost everyone I've come across thinks his name is Andon, but that's not true, and the use of others actually makes sense in the grand scheme of the plot. The next song is Dad Bod, and this one is super self-explanatory, because it's all about shaking that dad bod. In all seriousness, there are some interesting lyrics in this song yet again, as he mentions that he left his home planet looking for some fun, and yep, there's more binary. This time it links us to an article and says P19, first 7. This means that you have to go to paragraph 19 and read the first 7 words of the article. When reading that, it says, I think I found a way in. The final song, Dad Feels Golden, is about him riding a motorcycle. That's really about it. However, they do mention 5th gear wide open again, and I still don't know what that means. Towards the end of the song, the female whisper returns saying, Dad, there is nothing stopping you now. Never turn back. 5th gear wide open. Goodbye.
There's nothing stopping you now. Never turn back. 5th gear wide open.
Returning back to the regular videos, we begin with Sneaking Out, where we see the daughter wanting to sneak out, but her conscience keeps speaking to her with both viewpoints. After putting wine on the table for Mom, she decides to go through with it, and leaves as the video ends. We follow this video up with Dad Daydreams, where he looks at some true value sales and mentions some light bulb watts that could see through to another dimension. He also mentions wanting to build a shed that would be better than the neighbor's shed, and finishes the video wondering what could be in the neighbor's shed. The next video, Shed, is a little strange. It shows a minister's shed and Dad destroys it. That's literally it. No binary code either. Well, okay, let's just move on. Dad Loves Mom comes next, and this is perhaps the strangest video on the entire channel. It shows the orbs in a different way than usual. This time they are functioning as the classic angel and demon on each other's shoulder thing, where one orb is making Dad say he loves Diane and the other one says Ella, and he vanishes. Ella, we have a new character now, because this character was never mentioned until now, but now we'll have to wait and see her connection to Dad. After that, time reverses rather quickly with the Kepler 22b music again. And Dad appears in a super futuristic place, and then it ends. Real quick, I have to say that before we get to the next video, it's important to note that a 17-minute video was made, but this video features all existing footage, but it's all just put in one place, so there's no need to analyze that. There's a music video on an existing song that's slightly different, but that's also really not worth analyzing, as it isn't that different. And there's also a video where Dad shouts out the YouTuber Inside a Mind for making a video on him. That's cool, but again, not worth analyzing. That being said, I hope he does that to us. But the next video on the channel is what I believe to be the absolute best video on the entire channel, and that is Dad, Betty Dad Act 2 Part 1. The video opens up with the planet being very close to Earth, which most likely is CFB-DSIR, the dwarf planet which moves sporadically. We then cut to what is presumably a car moving, and it stops right next to a crashed astronaut. A man in black walks up to the astronaut, turns it over, and it's Dad. We then flash into Dad's memories, which features a woman that he is with, and one that we haven't seen before, who at one point on a name tag is shown to be named Ella. Whatever the case is, they are clearly separated now, but were in a relationship in the past. It also shows an astronaut that was also with him. She is the aforementioned Emily, the person that tried to contact him, and this is the mission they were on together. The following video is a song, and this one is titled Dad Loves Mom. This song is basically about the role Mom has over Dad. She completely controls him, which was kinda already established in previous videos, but this just confirms it even further. At one point in the video, we have a freeze frame that only lasts for 1 second and shows Dad dancing with someone that definitely isn't Mom, so it is presumably Diane. The next video was originally titled Carl, but apparently was changed to Private, and this is an extremely important one. Here we see a new guy, Carl, wanting to find out more about Dad. He walks up to where Dad resides and enters. Now believe it or not, this actually isn't the first time we've heard of Carl in this series. Apparently he frequently leaves hints in videos and is also commonly seen on the official Discord to the ARG, where he documents his findings there. I forgot where, but it is also stated that Carl hates YouTube server and the power it/Google has. The next proper video is Obey the Server, and it is another song. In this one, I kinda interpreted it as a piece of propaganda. For starters, we see Dad's hand turn on the computer, so clearly he is watching this, and the song mentions how Dad uploads so he's eternal. It constantly says to obey the server. It mentions how the family lives for their observers, which in that case is us, the audience. It constantly preaches that life online is so much cooler, and that shows to me at least that YouTube server is brainwashing people into always being on their site and gaining tons of power in the process. The following video is one of the most important ones yet, and that video is Little Towels. In this video, we see the blue orb put some pancakes on the table. Normal stuff, and he sits at the table and eats a pancake. The craziest part though is that while he is there, wife sprints up at him with canned food and he says, "Who are you?" But when he eats his food, he reverts back to his dad personality.
Oh, pancakes. Wait, where am I? Hey, who are you? Stop. Good food. Thanks, Cheryl.
This is mind-blowing and was absolutely instrumental to me being able to piece together the story, which I will explain later. The next video is his 40,000 subscriber surprise, and while it isn't that important, I thought that it could be necessary to add that Mom is getting him a gift for this milestone, and maybe that gift will be important. That's the only reason I added this, but at the time of recording, that gift has yet to be seen. Admittedly, there are a couple fillers over here. The Dad Reviews Food video is pretty entertaining, but really doesn't add anything to the narrative at all, and neither does this Jamie Foxx and Dad video, even though that one was absolutely hilarious. That leads us to Laszlo, probably the creepiest video on the entire channel. It is a dark one, and is the intro to a new character named Laszlo, of course. The creepy part is when she opens her eyes. Red and blue. These are common colors throughout the series. The backdrop is red and blue, and so are the orbs. What is the significance? Why are her eyes that color? It also appears that she is quite young with her voice. Unfortunately, at the time of making this video, there haven't been any answers as to who Laszlo is, so we're kinda left in the dust with this one. Daughter Snuck Out is the next video, and is a continuation of when the daughter snuck out a while back. Apparently she's in a part of town she's never been to before, and Griffin is nowhere in sight. Her phone eventually dies, and since she is far from home now and has no GPS, she doesn't know how to get back. To make matters worse, an ominous figure walks up to daughter as the video ends. The final video we will mention is Dad Guy, and yeah, this is his cover of Bad Guy, and to be honest, it's better than the original. In all seriousness, there isn't anything too important worth mentioning in the lyrics, but in the video itself there is something pretty creepy. Throughout the video as he dances, you can see an officer in the back with a YouTube button on their uniform, showing us that they work for a YouTube server. They just watch him for whatever reason, and since it's all black, they could possibly be the people that found daughter, and to an even larger extent, could possibly be the people that found Dad way back when he crash landed here. And that wraps up all the videos. Or does it? No, there are far more. Now, the actor behind these videos is Nathan Barnett, and he is a YouTuber, and on New Year's Day of this year, he made a video titled "Ignore This Video," where he made it seem like he was leaving YouTube. At the end of the video, when he walks off though, who do we see? Dad. Another video he made about this is titled "My Lawyer Made Me Say This," and the end message says that there is something who looks exactly like him, but isn't him. So in this universe, we have someone that looks exactly like him, performing a character he did as a joke a while ago. That's really weird, but also helps me in a way to piece together the story. And as a matter of fact, I think it's time to put this story together. So, let's do this. Okay, a while back someone crash landed down with someone else, who is Emily. They are from Kepler 22b and had a mission to go to CFB DSIR, for reasons that are still shrouded in mystery, but eventually crash landed on Earth. In the world of this ARG, Google is very powerful, and a YouTube server worker found him and took him in, but not his girl, because it is shown that she walked away. Dad awoke in the facility we always see, where he was undoubtedly fed the canned food that erases his memory, and where he was definitely brainwashed into believing that the wife and daughter that we see are his own, even though they are not. Now, this wife and daughter are most likely either actors that are trained to work with biocomputers, or they are already biocomputers themselves. The neighbor is an actor, and the only reason why he speaks is so that Dad will speak to normal people better, because at the end of the day, this is all an experiment by Google. Google wants their entertainment to feature biocomputers instead of actual people. Why biocomputers? Because it is shown that they can control them, and with their main goal being power, they want to control all that they can. But Dad isn't a human being, at least not one from our planet, and isn't training as easily, so this is why his memories sometimes return to him. One thing I can't really answer is the connection Dad has to Nathan Barnett. If he came from another planet, why does he look exactly like Nathan? And why does he take after his character? I'm not entirely sure, but I have found a possible connection, and it involves his name, Andon, which as we said means other. Is he called other because he is the other Nathan? That sounds like it makes sense, but again, how is that possible? Wow, that was an absolute mouthful, and we definitely still didn't figure everything out, but hopefully with time as new videos release we learn more. I'm fairly confident about the analysis here, but for now this file is undetermined, but maybe someday when the story concludes, we can debunk it. Now I hope you enjoyed this monstrosity of a video. If you did, why not subscribe? Of course, spread us with word of mouth. That is the absolute best way to help us grow. So everyone, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Sep. See you guys next time. Bye.